So who all are eligible? Okay, freshers, any degree or BTech. Okay, in earlier days, we used to see like only CSC background people should be joining computer science or software, or only IT department, EC department. Right now, in the current market, there isn't any kind of limitation as such. That was gone long back. Right now, triple E people, mechanical people, everyone is moving into software industry because whatever the machine learning and data science we are discussing in, it was embedded or it was getting involved into all kinds of industries. It's not only like a software; it's getting into electronics, electrical. Okay, if you talk about sensor, okay, right now whenever we go to any kind of washrooms or lifts or anything, right? If you keep hand in between the doors closing between the lift, what will happen? The lift doors will be automatically going back, right? How is it happening? So that in that sensor recognition also, they are using this Python. Okay, there is some kind of machine learning. At the same time, if you talk about in the current recent lifts, so earlier, if there is a power cut, we used it to stuck in the middle of the floors, right? At the third and fourth floors. There is no way to get out of it until someone comes from outside and they need to retrieve us, or until the power comes, we need in the lift, right? But right now, what happens is like they have developed a model and installed in the lifts in such a way that if there is a power cut, okay, you go to the nearby lift, either third floor or the floor. Whichever is lift is near to you, you go to that and open it. And after that, it won't be running anymore. Okay. Priorly, the technology was not there. Right now, as the technology is advancing, they are trying to get into all different kind of industries. So there is no kind of limitation like only degree people should do or only mechanical people should do. Okay. Even the non-IT people or who are doing from PPO, they're also coming into this industries. Okay. So what will happen if there is a career gap? So the few people, because of some financial issues or personal issues or family issues, they won't be directly starting their career. So once they come out of the BTech or any kind of graduation, people will be generally looking for government jobs. It is gonna take 1 or 2 years. That's fine. But what will happen if there is a career gap of like 5 years or 6 years? Are those people eligible for these courses? Yes, absolutely. People who are having a career gap are also eligible. People who came after 2010, who graduated after 2010, everyone is eligible over here. Okay. There is nothing like only 2015 passed out, only freshers are only people with experienced. It doesn't matter. Okay. Everyone is eligible for this kind of course. Everyone is will be able to get the job in data science software industry. Okay. Then what about people who took a break? For example, let's say like I have started working for first 5 years and later on I just wanted to work on my startup or I have wanted to go into business. Say I have done the business for next 3 years or 5 years, but it was not successful. Now I want to get back into industry. Am I eligible? Yes, absolutely. You're eligible in this. Because primarily you're having some idea. Let it be non-IT or IT. Let it be testing department. That is also fine. A developer cannot be a good developer until and unless he makes up a good tester. Because if there is no one going to find out your mistakes, then how will you become a good developer or like a good person? If you someone is not going to find any faults in this, no one is Mr. Perfect, right? When it comes to software industry, there is a code. If you are in touch with a good tester, obviously you're going to become a good developer because he's going to find out as many bugs as he can, and you need to figure out how to fix them, right? That is the reason if you get into any kind of software, small startup companies, most of the companies will keep a competition between these two. Whenever there is a release going to happen, what they will do is like they will call both the testing and developer departments, and they will ask them to get into competition. It will be healthy competition. They will try to figure out as many number of bugs they can, and developers will try to fix as many bugs they can. They will not give a chance to for the testers to find out any bug. So what is the outcome from this? Whatever the product you are developing, it will be bug free, right? And most of the people will try to get into your product. So there is no issue as such. Like if there is any break or like 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, still you can get into the software industry at data science roles and you can work over there. Okay. So what will happen if I want to do a domain transition? So right now, most of the people, when they have started a career, as they don't have any proper guidance, they will start into BPO, saying that, okay, right now I'm getting 10K or 15K. That's fine. In the upcoming years, I'll be going up to 40K. But nowadays, is it really enough to sustain a family with 40K with all the current market expenses? No, right? So what will happen? Obviously, they will try to move to some other career, right? Everyone is choosing this data science majorly because right now it is the trending in the market. Still, these people will be able to do it that. Okay. Either non-IT people, IT people, BPO people, or even a teaching sector, they can also come into data science and they can also start working. Okay. Teaching faculty. People who are having like 5 years or 6 years of experience on teaching. Now they want to move into software industry. Right now, most of the people, most of the faculties are moving into software industry, majorly the data science. Okay. And high level organization teams. So in any company, we'll be having the high level organization teams, right? Managers, presidents, directors, everyone, right? So they are also learning this data science because they want to give the insights to the company, how they can evolve the company in new ways, what kind of automations they can do, what kind of innovative things they can do, how can they support them. Without any understanding of them, they won't be able to grasp what exactly they need to do. Even if someone is trying to give them any kind of explanation, if you do this, this will be very innovative, and this will be the first company to do such kind of innovations. If they don't have any idea, they'll be kind of toys. Whatever I say, they have to do. That's it, right? But high level organization doesn't want to do become a toy in front of other people. They will be learning all the things because it's their responsibility to handle the organization and be a competitive company in the market, right? So most of the people, even now, they I have seen people with 15 years of experience learning data science now. When I asked them, they said that right now I'm into the company where we are going to do innovative things. We already have a product and I want to take it to the next level. So what is the next level? Automation or identifying the new data science, giving new insights to you. So without any manual intervention, if you get some kind of insights, or if they ask you what are the different kinds of questions, what is the best topics of data science, what are the things you need to focus on? Okay. In data science, you have n number of libraries. Okay, you can develop anything based upon the data set. But are they really useful in the current market? Are the libraries are completely used in all the industries? No, right? If you're into sales sector or finance sector, what you should be doing? You should be knowing those relevant kind of libraries apart from, and you need to concentrate more on them rather than the other libraries, right? So in the similar way, these people are going to guide the company and train the people accordingly. What kind of insights you need to do? Okay. MBA people. So why MBA people are mandatory? Why should they learn this data science? Or why does this managers have to learn this data science? Because these are into management, they should be able to guide the upcoming freshers or the existing team. How exactly they need to do, right? And if the management does not have any kind of information on these things, how will they train other people? How will they give sessions to the other people? Okay. And right now, even the MBA HRs, they're trying to use this data science to predict the resignations, terminations. Okay. So what kind of things will lead to resignations? What kind of things will lead to terminations? How much they need to forecast? What is the budgeting? Okay. Each and every year, HRs will be given some kind of budgeting as far as I hear, but I'm not really sure of it. So what I heard is like they'll be having some X amount. In that amount only, they need to give the promotions, hikes, and recruitment. If it is not in their budget, they should not have to recruit the other person because companies no more allocating them any money until the next year. Okay. So what will be the career growth? Guys, any idea? So right now, it is one of the market trending things in the market. So even if you start now as a junior data scientist or a software developer, still you will have a long run to go because as of now, what all the companies are predicting is like it will be the next 15 years, it will be the evergreen company. After 15 years, no one knows what kind of technology will come into the market again. But for the next 15 years, this is one of the things because right now, most of the companies did not adapt machine learning or artificial intelligence into their companies. So they need to get the people, they need to develop the applications in such a way it should be having the capability to do it, do the work on its own, and then only it will be going for the technology. So if you look at our telecom industry, once the people start adapting to this 2G, then they launched 3G. After launching 3G for next 5 years at 8 years, they started launching 4G, right? So what's happening? They are giving that enough time to adapt to the companies, and then they are trying to come up with a new thing. Because while adapting, they'll be forecasting n number of challenges, and even unforecasted challenges will also appear. So at that time, they need to start resolving all those things, find out the limitations and everything. Then only they can start go with a new one. Okay. Until that time, you will be having a proper area into the development. Okay. And when it comes to sector, as you are trying to evolve and make the company grow faster, your career will also keep on growing. Okay. Salaries, hikes, everything will keep on increasing. There isn't any small thing like that. Right now, companies are giving you every 3 year cycle, 4 year cycle. Every 4 years, you're going to get a promotion based upon the things what you have done. So if you're able to showcase your skills in the first 3 years, you'll be getting a promotion for the next 4 years. Junior developer to senior developer. Okay. So what are the kind of designations we have? ML engineers, deep learning engineers. ML is nothing but machine learning. DL is nothing but deep learning. So all these are different kinds of engineering designations. Research engineer. Uh, Guys, sorry, because of internet issue, my Zoom logged out. So can you tell me till where did you hear?
Career growth, different type of designations.
Okay, fine then. One minute, guys. I'm having an issue with the screen share. Just give me a minute. Guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So even a small or mid-scale companies, they're also providing designation as a software developer, but everyone will be working on a data science roles, machine learning roles. Okay. And the other thing is like with respect to each and every company, they have their own specified designations. Those designations will be applicable only for the company. Okay. So that's the reason whenever you try to open any kind of openings, you'll be seeing some kind of new technology names like research engineer or biostatistician. Okay. So biostatistician role is for the medical department. If you're working in a medical domain, then sometimes they'll be giving you as a biostatistician. Okay. You'll be dealing with the statistics, same machine learning techniques. But if you look at the designation, you'll be feeling, okay, might not be my relevant thing. But if you look at the description of the job or the responsibilities of the job, you'll be seeing all the things, whatever we are learning so far. Okay. There won't be any difference. Those are like customized technology roles. Those roles will be applicable only for few of the industries, but not for everything. Okay. And this is the salary. Okay. This is the salary range as per the Glassdoor. I have taken it from the internet. So if you look at the salary range, initially the starting salary for any kind of fresher, it will be like 3.7 and the highest is like 25.7. That is prior to COVID. Right now, what I am saying is like, so there is a vast change in the salaries. So even the freshers right now getting like 8 lakhs, 12 lakhs package. And with a span of like 3 years, people are earning around like 18 lakhs. Okay. Initially for the span of 3 years experience, you'll be having like 9 lakhs or 8 lakhs. Right now, people are earning like 12 lakhs, 15 as well for the span of 3 years experience. Okay. So this is a basic thing. Even if you might have like Wipro, they have given like 7.8 lakh package for the freshers. Okay. So this is salary range. So what will happen? These are for the freshers. Then what about the people who are doing the transition? Then what about the people who are having a career gap? So if I ask you to go with 3.7 lakhs, will you be able to go with 8 years of experience? No, right? And the same goes for people who took gap. At least they will be expecting whatever my previous salary is there, I should be able to get that salary. I cannot expect to go down like 3 years or five lakhs package, right? As a fresher. At that time, what will happen is like whatever the experience you have, if you are having the relevant experience, companies are going to give you the minimum hike. Okay, if you are very good at the technology, what are the data science we are learning? If you are very good at it, they're going to give you the compensation what you are having, what you are asking for, and they can negotiate. Okay. What will happen if the people with career gap? If you're drawing 40 K per month, which is like 5 lakhs, for example, let's say for 3 years, you will be getting the same kind of package after this. Okay. Because companies will be looking for you, how exactly you can be active. Because if you are not active for like 4 years, how will you take care of all the work pressure? Right. So that's the reason they are going to provide you the minimum salary, which you earned in the last time, or they're going to give you the hike based upon your knowledge. Okay. So you can calculate the take home salary as we have more number of deductions, gratuity and everything, right? So accordingly, you're going to get the salary, but this is the total C2C the company is going to pay. Okay. Even with 7 years of experience, with 5 years of experience, one of my friend, he's earning like 40 lakhs per annum with 5 years of experience in data science roles. Okay. And with 3 years of experience, my couple of my friends are earning like 15 lakhs per annum. Okay. It depends upon the kind of knowledge you have and also at the same time kind of industry you're getting into. Both the things will play a vital role. Okay. So when you talk about laptop configuration, so for each and every software technology, we need to have some kind of laptop, right? Or else where you are going to work. It's not a mobile application to just write the code over there. So you need to have the laptop. So for that laptop, what is the basic configuration? 4 GB RAM or preferably 8 GB. Why we are preferring 8 GB? That is because whenever we are trying to load more amount of data, at that time the data or anything, whatever the code we are writing, everything will be stored in the RAM. Okay, temporary memory. So at that time, if you have more amount of RAM memory, the system will not get hanged every time. Okay, and the minimum amount of hard disk size will be 512 GB. And what's the minimum processor? IT processor. Let it be generation 5, let it be generation 4, it doesn't matter. Okay, we can go ahead with those things and you can start working. Okay, right now we are having like i3 generation, i3 processor 11th gen, 15th gen, 17th gen, right? You can go with the generation 3 as well. Okay, what if you don't have any kind of laptop or latest generation? You can say that, sir, I have like 10 years before laptop, but it does not have that much of things. It's very small and I cannot use. At that time, we are having few online resources, free resources where you can go ahead and work on them. One of them is Google Colab. Okay, when you are trying to use online resources, you need to constantly have the internet. Okay, if you don't have internet, you cannot work on anything. Okay, that is one of the other reason. That's the reason if you try to have minimum configuration laptop, that is sufficient. Still, you feel like I don't have enough money right now. I cannot keep that much of amount of money. Then you can go with the online things. Google Colab is one of the best thing for the freshers or trainers to work on it. Okay, there also you'll be getting all the default libraries installed, and you can also install whatever the other libraries you want. Okay, but every time you need to install all the libraries and you need to pull them. But if you install the libraries once in your laptop, it will be in your local and it is going to fetch them every time. Okay. So then now tell me, what is the difference between data scientist and data analytics or data analyst? Okay. We'll be hearing these keywords mostly everywhere, right? Even these are the few buzzwords in the artificial intelligence technology. Few people will be calling it data analytics, data analyst, data scientist. What is the difference between these two? Guys, any idea? You can tell, let it be right or wrong. Okay. So data analytics is nothing but deriving the insights from the raw data. Okay. I have given you some kind of information, some kind of data set, and I'm asking you to give me output from that. For example, if I give you sales data, what will happen? You will be having the product and the respective cost price, selling price, profit, everything. Okay. If I give you all these 5 columns with a large amount of data, first thing what you will see is right, with respect to each and every product, what is the profit I'm getting? What is the sale price? What is the minimum range and maximum range? All these things you're going to get it right. So those are the things a data analyst will do. Okay. They're going to represent the data in a pictorial format like charts, bar graph, line graph, KPIs, and show us and giving us the proper insights of the data set. Okay. Whatever the things we want to do, whatever the things we want to understand from the data. Okay. That is nothing but data analytics. Then what is data science? In data science also, we are going to do the same thing. If I want to work on anything, first of all, I need to understand the data, right? What kind of data is it? What are the things I need to do for data cleaning? What analysis I'm interpreting, right? So additionally, what data scientist is going to do is like he is going to understand what kind of challenges those things going to occur, how can I eliminate them, or what kind of innovations I can do, what kind of predictions I can do. So if you look at COVID, okay, so similar kind of COVID, historically we have seen so many kind of diseases, right? Plague, TB, right? So right now, if you look at the same scenario, whenever the COVID comes into picture, what will happen? People have started wondering like how are you going to survey? And when it comes to industries, companies, they're also wondering like how can we manage the work? what will happen to our revenue? How come employees will can't come into the offices, right? They need to pay so much of money and everything, right? So how are they going to forecast? For the first wave, no one is having any clue. But once the first wave went off, and between the second wave, what happened? Each and everyone took the first wave data and they started analyzing it. So right now, this is the first wave. We have seen these many number of crises. So what are the next things we need to do? How can we minimize them? Or what are the precautionary things we can take care? Right? So all those things and predictions, forecasting will be done by the data science roles. Okay. By looking at all these things, what will happen if I take this kind of step? What will happen if I don't take it? Okay. For not taking it, we have one of the best example, Nokia. When technology is evolving, Nokia, what happened? They concentrated on the quality rather than the technology. Yeah, till now, Nokia is one of the best brand. I will agree for that. Most of the people will agree. But when it comes to technology and the uses, no one is going with the Nokia. It's been like more than 10 years, Nokia, we didn't see anything from Nokia side. Okay. They launched Asha Mobile, Nokia Asha Mobile, which is a small Android in the initial version. That also flopped. Later on, we haven't seen anything no, from the Nokia company. Reason is because it did not take time to evolve. It did not able to understand the market trend, how the market is evolving. It thought that, okay, who is going to adapt to the market? Let it be. It's going to take so much of time, right? Nokia warned itself mentioned that the reason why I failed because I didn't do anything. Simple. He did not try to understand the market trend. Because of that, he failed. So everyone, all the companies are taking that Nokia as an example, and no one wants to end up with like Nokia. Even though they are having quality, quantity, everything, they just don't want to end up back with respect to technology. So if they want to be in the top of the technology, they want to have the data science to predict what will happen in the upcoming years. How exactly the growth is happening, how exactly the product is going to be in the market for the next upcoming 5 years. Okay, simple example is Parle-G. So before 10 years, we are getting the packet for 5 rupees. Even now, we are getting the packet for 5 rupees. Okay, so what's the difference? So there also we are getting 5 rupees. Right now, we are getting 5 rupees. But if you look at the value of 5 rupees, it is gradually decreasing. But Parle-G is able to produce biscuits for the 5 rupees, including packing and everything, right? What's the strategy behind that? How are they still going to sustain? Even in the next 10 years also, you'll be seeing the Parle-G 5 rupees packets. How are they providing that 5 rupees packets? Simple. If you look at the previous quantity, there they used to have like 100 grams of biscuits. Now it's 30 grams of biscuits. How did they come to this conclusion? People also compare, right? So earlier I used to get 100 grams. Right now I'm getting 50 grams or 30 grams. Or right now I'm getting 30 grams. In the next year, I might say 25 grams itself. So why should I purchase it? Even the people, Parle-G team will also have the same question, right? Why should people purchase our product? Then they will start doing the analysis. So currently, whatever the costs and everything we are having, and what exactly the grams we are providing now, if I do a change, how does it affect the market? How does it affect our sales? They are going to forecast everything and they're going to predict those things, and accordingly, they're going to get into the market. What should be the quantity of Parle-G? What should be the size of the biscuit? Are the people looking for the size or the quantity? Even if I give you like a small chocolate, if you, even if you look at Milky Bar size of the biscuit, that is also fine. Even if I get a chocolate, eclair chocolate size of biscuit, that is also fine. So what exactly people are looking for? Are they looking for the quantity or the size? If I want to increase the size, then quantity will be reduced. If I look at the quantity, size will be reduced. So one or the other I should compromise. So which should one I should compromise? Is it regarding the size or the quantity? Okay. All these decisions will be taken care by the data scientist. See, just to prepare a biscuit packet and launch it into the market, how many things you need to take care? How many precautionary measures? How many predictions you need to do? What kind of things you need to play? Okay. Once you launch 50 grams to 40 grams, for the next 2 years, you should not change that quantity. So what will happen if the price of flour, price of packing, price of plastic, if those are going to get increased? Companies will not bear any kind of losses, right? And suddenly they cannot drop from 40 to 30. They will say that, okay, Prior to 3 months, Parleji is like 50 grams. Right now it is 30 grams. That's it. They don't think like, okay, there is a 40 grams packet came into picture. Now it become 30 grams. No one will think about it. They will see only 50 and 30. That's it. So companies cannot take a bigger step. They need to make the people adopt to the small range. Then what will happen? When you keep on thinking it's 40 grams now, for the next 2 years, you will forget about 50. And when they launch for 35 grams, you will feel like, okay, 40 to 35, there is a 5 grams difference, nothing more than that. But if you look at the historical data, initially it is 50, right now it is 35. The price is same, quantity is same, but size of the biscuit cost got reduced, right? That's how data scientists will play a major role while taking a decision. That is the reason why data scientists people are getting paid more amount than rest of the technologies. I don't say that Java doesn't pay well, .NET doesn't pay well. Every industry is paying well, depending upon the cruciality they play in the market, their salaries, and the recruitment will keep on happening. Okay. So any questions, guys?
No.
Okay. Rest of the team?
How can we use this one in the insurance, sir?
Yeah. So insurances. So same example, if you take COVID, what happened in the first wave? None of the insurance companies have agreed to give the insurances because for each and every person they have to pay 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, right? So how will the company pay? If it is like 1%, 2%, then it's fine. But at that time, most of the people, like almost 40% of the people were um, like got the COVID, right? So 40% of the insurance coming from different insurances, majorly the top-notch companies. So who is going to take that burden? So that is the reason they did not say that I'm not going to give anything, but I'm not going to take it right away, right? So how will you come to the decision? And after that, what happened? In the second way, they mentioned that I'm going to give you only 1 lakh. Right? Even though people are spending like 25 lakhs, 50 lakhs for the patient to survive, company is saying that we are going to give you 1 lakh for 5 lakhs insurance. We are going to give you 2 lakh for 10 lakhs insurance. How is that happening? And one more thing is like insurance companies, they clearly mentioned in the criteria sometimes like if it is like if you're affected with COVID for the next 1 month, we are not going to give you. Because most of the people started taking care of insurance, health insurances. If they get sick or died because of COVID, people are going to pay like families are going to get like 1 crore, 2 crore. Okay. So how is it happening? So at that time, these data scientists, what they're going to do is like based upon the first wave data, they're going to come up with a conclusion that if we are able to give like 1.5 lakh as a maximum thing, okay, we can sustain still our insurances. Because government will not agree if the insurance company does not pay, right? So they need to give answer to the government as well. So what should be the basic criteria for that? And how can we segregate? When we are taking insurances, we'll be having 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, right? Based upon that, every year we'll be paying 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, right? If 5,000 person and 20,000 person both are getting the similar kind of return, then why people go with 20,000 payment, right? So for that reason, they have divided the data into classes. Accordingly, they have given the money to the patients.
Yes.
Clear, Patel?
Yeah, clear. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Yeah, just want to know that, like, what exactly work data scientists have to do in the industry?
Okay.
Like, what exact modules they are working day to day in day to day life?
Okay. So the main role of data scientist is to first thing is to do innovations, and the second thing, few of the companies who are trying to launch any kind of product, they need to take the confirmation. So companies generally don't keep money directly into the market. They will do the analysis. But right now, whatever the analysis we are getting through mouth or oral publicity, that is not the right. Because sometimes it will be biased. Or whatever the analysis they have taken, they need to know for sure how much are they going to sustain, right? Are they going to get profit? Are they going to get into loss? That decision will be taken care by the data scientist by using prediction algorithms. Okay, prediction or forecast algorithms. That is for the product. And if there is any kind of product like Amazon, Flipkart or anything, what will happen is like they will be having the forecasting, and along with that they will be having the recommendations, which means that if I am going to launch big billion sale, what is the discount you should give? At that time, prediction will come into picture because I should not go into losses because distributor is not going to give me any kind of discount. Then I am going to pay that. What should be the minimum percentage of profit or discount should I get? Should I give the candidates to the customers so that I'll be still in profit? That comes under prediction and recommendations. If you open Amazon, when you go to order, there you will be seeing like if you purchase a printer, it is going to show like, okay, these are the different kinds of ink bottles which will be really useful for you, right? That is the nothing but recommendations. Okay. And if you go to purely statistics department, okay, for example, if you go into medical department, let's say, there what will happen for each and every medical trials, you need to recruit some patients, right? Let it be cancer. So right now, most of the people are diagnosed after cancer 3, cancer 4 stages. But people who are looking for, but what industries are looking for is cancer first stage, because it will be very tricky to identify the cancer at that time, even though you are having checkup like every 6 months. Okay, because it cannot be diagnosed. The technology is not that much advanced. Then how will the identify that cancer on patients, first stage of patients? So for that reason, what they're going to do is like they want to have the people, they want to gather the people. So how much people is sufficient? Is it like 10 people, 15 people? I can say that even if I have 100, I don't say it is sufficient. I will never say it is sufficient. So then what is the basic criteria? At that time, sampling techniques, forecasting of sampling will come into picture. So depending upon the industry, the role whatever you are playing will be a slight difference. If you are into traffic department, based upon the images, you need to identify what kind of image is that. How are the images identified? What kind of actions you need to take? Once you identify the image, what is the next step? So traffic constable's duty. They use it to stop the people. Then they need to write the chalana. Now what cameras are doing? They are capturing the entire video. From that video, they are capturing the people who are having different kinds of reasons. Uh, Red light crossing, without helmet, triple riding. Once they identify the people based upon the number plate, they're navigating it to RTO website, right? So that is automation. Okay, once they do the navigate to our website, they're giving a message that for this number, you need to send this kind of message with this chalana. So depending upon the industry, the kind of libraries use, kind of innovations you create, both will keep on varying. Okay.
Okay. And so, like, what exact, as we know, if we are front end developer, then we have that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all this language we have to use. And
Right.
for backend database are different things. But in data science, what exactly we have to use in day to day life, that is about Python or many other tools or what, like as we
Okay.
are working,
Okay.
as if you'll on the initial stage, we don't know anything related to data science, what
Correct.
exactly going and what kind of tools they are using, so like
Okay.
what kind of things they are using, that.
Okay. So when it comes to data science working process, first we will do is like we look for the statistical tool. That is nothing but Python. So why we are using Python is because we have different kinds of data sets, data sources as well. We have cloud, we have SQL Server, we have Oracle DB, right? We have and different kinds of data sources. So Python has a capability to connect with everything. So once we connect Python with all these different kinds of data sources, we will be fetching the data. So just to connect the link between Python and SQL Server, we are going to write the code in Python. That also in Python itself. Okay, we are not going to learn any kind of SQL or anything. And whatever the analysis afterwards, we are going to do everything will be done in Python. Okay, even the front end development or back end development data analysis, what we are going to do is like we have different libraries in Python. For the front end development, we have Django, Flask. These two are the major front end libraries which are currently using in the market. Okay, even in that, we are going to use basic HTML CSS, not the high level advanced. Rest of the things will be taken care by Django and Flask libraries. Okay, when it comes to data engineering and analysis, what we are going to do is like pandas, NumPy, Seaborn, Matplotlib, Plotly. We have different libraries for that data collection, data retrieval, and data analysis purpose. Okay. By using these libraries, we will be able to understand how the data is, what kind of actions we need to perform to make the data standardized. Okay. Once data comes into standardized format, then we will see what kind of things we are planning to do. Is it because of prediction? Then we have prediction algorithms. Is it kind of recommendations? Just like Amazon, Flipkart, we have recommendation algorithms. Is it if we are going to take care of like images or anything? We have deep learning concepts like computer vision, TensorFlow, Keras. We have different libraries for that. Okay, these are the basic steps which we are going to take care of. Mostly we'll be working on the Python and core of the and for this machine learning or anything, core is Python itself. Even the analysis you can do, front-end development you can do, mobile applications we can do when we are using Python. Okay. So if you ask about RDBMS concepts, database concepts, it's good to have them, but those are not really mandatory because we are not going to do any kind of database designing or anything. We are trying to use the data. We are trying to fetch the data from different kind of databases, and we are trying to work on the engineering part by using Python itself. It's good to have, but it's not mandatory. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question, like we have a database administrator we will have. So
Right.
most of the companies, I think small to middle, they will have only one DBA, right?
Correct.
And what about the data scientists? Like, they have a group, like, like data analyst, data scientist. I mean, we suppose, sometimes we'll have a group of developers, right? So
Correct.
the same thing applies here, or only one data scientist who will take care of the things?
So it depends upon the company you get into. If you are going for a startup companies that cannot afford that much of money for the data scientist. Okay. Generally, currently the market with 3 years of experience, data scientists is earning like 13 lakhs, 12 lakhs. A startup company cannot afford because they need to bring their product into the market and they need to sell it. And once they get the profit, accordingly, they need to take the decisions. So it's gonna take some time, like 2 to 3 years around, let's say. So if a group of data scientists are there, for the data scientists itself, salary itself will be around like 50 lakh or 100 lakh, 1 crore. So startup companies will be having like 1 to 2 data scientists. From mid-scale to higher organizations, they'll be having a group of data scientists. A single person cannot invent any kind of product. So for that reason, just like other developers, here also you're going to see the group of data scientists. But when you look at Python developers, Java developers, we'll be seeing vast number of people, like hundreds and thousands. But when it comes to data scientist roles, you'll be having very limited. It's not like 5 or 10. For each and every product, they'll be having like 25 to 30 data scientists. Okay. Depending upon how many innovations they are doing, it will be into multiplication of that. Because the reason is, if you are a Python developer, Java developer, you will have some buffer time and you can jump into one or the other project. You can manage them. But when you are working as a data scientist, the thing is like you need to focus on one thing because you need to do so much of research. You need to come up with different kinds of challenges. You need to understand the data. What kind of challenges you might be foreseeing. All these things will come into picture. At that time, if you are burdened with other tasks, both of them will be in between. You cannot concentrate either on that or this. So that is the reason whatever the work data scientists will be doing, they'll be working on a single project. They won't be handling multiple projects. If the projects are increasing as well, data scientists recruitment will also keep on increasing. Okay. So right now companies are having like 400. So if you talk about Novartis or Infosys or anything, they are having around like 300 to 400 data scientists because each and every product they want to develop, especially the product based companies. They are having different data scientists from junior level to senior level. Okay. So you have enough openings in all the companies.
So the data scientist will concentrate only on one product. That's what you're saying, right?
Majorly, they will concentrate on one product. Yes,
in the
majorly,
company. Uh-huh.
correct. Majorly, they will consider one product. But if the product is on hold or into testing, they might be concentrating on the second one as well.
Okay.
Just like developers, they cannot concentrate on multiple projects because in a single project itself, they need to do the multitasking, researching, analyzing, challenges, identification, resolving them. any kind of technical challenges are there, if they are trying to integrate with the other technology like Java or anything, they need to see how exactly they need to do libraries. So all these things will come into picture. Okay. Any other questions,
So
guys?
one more question, like
Yeah.
how data structure plays role in data science.
Okay. So whatever the algorithms you are working, those are nothing but data structures itself. Here the algorithms we are not going to develop from scratch. Already the algorithms are developed by using statistics and data structures, and accordingly those are built. Right now, what when we are trying to use the algorithms, right, we're trying to pass the data in a specific format, how it should be passed. Once we pass the information, these algorithms will take care of all the things, whatever the data we have passed, and it's going to give us the output. Now we need to understand how the output is working. We need to understand the math behind it, but we are not going to write the math from scratch because we are already having the inbuilt libraries for that.
Okay.
Uh, Hi, sir.
Hi.
I am a Java person of 11 years experience here. So
Okay.
if suppose if I want to switch my career from Java to data science, and my period experience will be wasted, right?
No, it won't.
I mean, for data science, it will be I will be treated as a fresher, you know, like
Correct, but not completely as a fisher. When you are working on Java, you will be able to know how to debug the analysis, debug the issue, right?
yes, yeah.
And also you will be giving the training and everything, right? So the people who are having like 5 to 6 years of experience, they'll be able to grasp the technology in a fastest way. Okay, because you know what kind of challenges you'll be facing in the upcoming data sets or anything, right? While you're writing the coding or anything. So even though you guys are treated as a fresher, they won't treat you as a fresher because you have enough experience to learn and work ASAP. So that won't cause much issue for you. You whatever the experience, coding experience, technology experience you have, that will really be helpful for you.
Sir, but still we will be getting the data from the backend only, right? From the database and from via web,
Correct.
right? So
Via API, Excel files, databases, cloud. Yes.
okay, so still the I mean the web developers will be there parallelly. It will be a separate new path for the data scientist, right?
Correct. Correct. Even for the web developers also, right now most of the companies are trying to use Python because what will happen is like if they integrate Python and Java, okay, whatever the applications are in Java, same thing they can do some more innovations in Python and they can push into Java development, Java architecture, Java product. So whatever the algorithms were developed in Python, that algorithm functionality will be showcased in the Java platform. Because if you try to write the similar kind of code algorithms in Java, it will be very lengthy. And Java cannot handle huge amount of statistical data because Java is not developed for the statistical analysis. Okay. And whereas Python is developed for the statistical analysis. So they're trying to integrate Java and Python when they want to become or create any kind of innovations. Because just for this innovation, they cannot collapse the entire Java application, right? Instead, they will try to club these two and develop a new product or develop a new separate section for that.
Okay. Yeah, got it, sir. So, and the machine learning will be a separate subject inside this data science, or it's
So these are kind of buzzwords: machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, deep learning, neural nets. All these are like different kinds of buzzwords. Okay, it's a kind of hierarchy. So machine learning is the basic one. Okay, and which will be dealing with the normal data. If you have images or anything, then you will go for deep learning CV. And if you have text data, purely text data, kind of PDFs or anything, then you will go for natural language processing. All these comes under a single platform, but depending upon the kind of data you choose, models and the naming convention will keep on changing. Okay.
So, one question. So, why, like, say we have so many languages, we have so many things, web developers, all these different languages and all these things. But why this data science has come up recently, like what is the um, reason behind that, like, it's kind of a different uh, concept, different science
Okay.
and different algorithms. Why is that?
Okay. Let's take a small example. Okay. Um, so your name, please, once again. Urvashi, right?
My name is Umastri.
Oh, Umashri.
Uma.
Okay, Umashri. Uma. Okay, Uma. So I will ask you a question. Earlier days, so do you remember your birthday?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So your parents' birthday?
Yes.
Your friends?
Maybe few.
Maybe few. Okay. So if you look at prior to 2013, okay, you
Uh-huh.
used to remember all of your friends' birthdays and everyone, right? At least your
Right.
best friends. Right now,
Yes.
what's happening? We are getting reminder from Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
blah, 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 right?
Yes.
Until and unless we get a notification, we don't even remember that today my friend's birthday is there.
Right.
Okay. What's happening now? So
Because
why
we
don't you
have
use your
that.
brain? So
Yeah,
why don't you
because
use
we
your
have the
brain rather than
availability.
technology?
Yeah,
Correct.
we have the technology, right? Yeah.
So as the technology is advancing, we are trying to use the technology rather than our brains. Simple. So that is one of the reasons as the technologies keeps on advancing, they're trying to give the freedom to the end users. So they don't have to remember much. They don't have to figure out much. Everything will be spoon feeded, right? If even for a small kind of calculations, a simple kind of calculations, we are using calculator. Why can't we do it with our hands by using traditional math or Vedic math? Now the technology is evolving because most of the things as the data keeps on increasing, we cannot identify unless the data in a fastest way. That is one of the reason. And right now we don't want to spend more money wasted. Okay. When you talk about a company, generally when we are trying to waste 1 hour, it's only 1 hour of our time. Okay. But for company, if the 10 people are wasting their time, it's 10 hours of their time, right? Because they are paying you for 10 hours. So they try to minimize all these things, whatever the challenges, whatever the previous limitations are there. They want to limit everything and they want to use the time more effectively. So for that reason, all these things are coming into picture. And also earlier we used to have data either only through Excel file or only through oral communication or basic Excel or PPT. But right now we have so many data generators. Data generators are in the sense like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. If you post a single post in Twitter, how many comments will you get? Before the post, my data will be 1 GB. After this post, it will be like 100 MB extra. Right? All these are different kinds of data generators, right? So as the data is keep on increasing, what's happening? You should have some way to analyze the data, right? So traditional things won't work. So for that reason, technology keeps on evolving, and even though you have vast amount of data, you guys will be able to analyze it much faster way. That's the reason we are seeing the evolution of storage devices. Initially, we have floppy disk, and then CD, and then pen drive, hard disk. Now SSD is coming, and along with, after SSD, I think one more PST, I guess. It also came into picture. It is much more faster than SSD. And right now we are having cloud storages because we don't have sufficient memory to store our things. Just take a look of images. We will go outside and we will take our pics in our mobile. Earlier days we used to carry a camera and we used to carry reels for that. Later on SSD came. Right now the quality of the picture, if you go and take DSLR camera, the picture size will be like 50 MB. If you take 10 pictures or 100 pictures, it will be 5 GB. Where are you going to store that information? Can you store that information in your mobile? Can you store that information in your laptop? No, right? Obviously, you'll be going for the cloud technology to store the information. So when the storage devices are increasing, the technology to retrieve the information also should increase. when they're trying to evolve the technology, they are looking for easier ways how Excel data can be analyzed. So that is the reason each and everything is evolving. That is the reason we are seeing these many trends nowadays. If one thing keeps on increasing, the rest of the things will keep on increasing because all are competitors, and at the same time, everything should be compatible with each other, just like our mobile phones. If you look at Samsung, Nokia, or Vivo or anything, they will say that our camera quality is really good. Our camera quality is really good. What will happen? They will set 126 camera. These people will say 4 camera, right? So in order to make 4 cameras work, the OS should also be designed in such a way, right? So as our needs are increasing, our feasibility is increasing, technology will keep on evolving. That is the main reason.
Okay, from an experienced person, like, whether Java or I have C sharp, some other languages skills.
Mhm.
So I think it doesn't take much time to get up to speed with this, right? Because we
Correct.
have already, yeah. So okay,
Correct.
that's fine.
As you guys have good experience on different technologies, it won't take much time to understand and read the code. And whenever we are writing the code, we won't be writing vast amount of lines until and unless we are trying to develop a product. Okay. Just for developing a model, just for doing the analysis, we won't be writing thousands of lines of code. Okay. We'll be writing very minimal lines of code. And when you compare the same amount of output to get it in Java C, you'll be seeing a vast difference in the coding part as well. If I try to get the output in Java just to get the print statement, it's gonna take like 10 different lines because I need to call the library, I need to write the syntaxes and everything. And the same thing we can do in Python within a single line of code or command, print command. I don't have to call any kind of libraries as such. I just call print command, print keyword, print of Ashok IT technologies. That's it. I will be able to print the output directly. So you can see the difference in writing the coding as well.
Okay, it's becoming simple and easy. Yeah.
Correct. Number of lines will keep on decreasing as you need to get on board within less time. That is a major agenda for any company. If you're taking like 6 months of time, I simply give you salary without anything. I don't get any revenue from you. But if you're able to get on board within 3 months, rest of the 9 months I can get something from you, right? Even if you jump after 1 year. Okay. So any more questions, guys?
Sir, Scala will be used, sir, along with Python or before
So
R language also popular, initiated by Microsoft.
correct. So R, Scala, SAS, all these are statistical technologies, statistical tools, I can say. So the main reason of these technologies is to handle huge amount of data. Okay. But Scala is not majorly used in majority of the companies. If you go for startup or mid-scale companies or MNC companies, most of the people are trying to use Python and few companies are trying to use R. The main reason R was no more because there was a tweet in LinkedIn, where was a post in LinkedIn saying that they are not going to support any more R. So if there is any challenge or any kind of issue you are facing, or if you want to enhance library because of slowness issue, R support is very less now. So if you don't have any support, how will you evolve with the technology, right? If you have huge amount of data, or if any new technology come into picture, you can integrate R and the other technologies, right? So at that time, either you need to leave the technology or you need to come out of the R. And Python is open source, so companies doesn't want to invest anything on that. You can learn on your own as it's a freeware. But when it comes to Scala or SAS, those are paid versions. You need to pay for money, some money, even at least to make the people trained on it. So without getting any revenue, only I need to spend so much money on you. That is the other thing.
Sir, how is the course duration and all, like any practical sessions also will be there, like along or parallelly along with the course?
Yes. So here the course duration will be like 2 to 2.5 months. And here we are going to work on all different kinds of algorithms. We are going to learn at 12 to 15 different kinds of algorithms. And for each and every algorithm, you'll be having the data set, code, and a proper explanation for that. Okay. So you can start practicing on them as well. And after the project, I'm going to give you a data set and you can start playing with that as well. Okay.
Yeah, like Kaggle challenges will be practicing, sir. Like for
Yes, you can take the Kaggle challenges and you can practice them. There are so many open sources. You can get the data from there. Once the algorithm has been explained to you, you can start implementing the algorithms and different kinds of data sets. Okay, the working of the algorithm will be same across the models, across the data sets. The only thing is like whatever the kind of data engineering or analysis you're doing, that will keep on changing based upon the data set. Okay, and you will also come to know for what kind of a data set, what kind of algorithm should be used. Any further questions, guys? Okay, guys. If there are no more questions, we can end the session for today and we can connect tomorrow at the same time. Okay. Chilo, bye. See you.
So meantime,
Thank
any
you.
update on timing?
That yesterday I told you to join in one of the group, right? Did you guys join in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, we have joined the group, but only admins can send messages. Can we send messages to that
That is
group?
only the thing.
Okay. So I will inform the team and they will change the settings for you. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm pinging the link once again. If any of the people did not join, please join. Okay. This is the WhatsApp group link so that you'll get the information over there. What about the timings, codes, duration, when are the things, any more updates are there? You'll be getting in that. Okay. I will ask the team to change the settings so that you guys can also message over there.
We'll have Saturday, Sunday also, sir. No, right? Only
No,
week.
Saturday and Sunday, only weekdays, Monday to Friday only.
Okay.
Even the demos will also be conducted on Monday to Friday only. When you open the Zoom calendar, right, you'll be seeing on 29th and 30 as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. It's a calendar setting. So the same link will be used on Monday and Tuesday as well. You can join on Monday and Tuesday.
Because we are thinking, I think if timing will be get finalized, right? I think
No.
we'll do the some other formalities with the office. That's the reason.
Yes. So you can ping in the group. I will ask the team to change the settings so guys can also message over there.
Sure. 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 Done. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Okay
you.
then. Chill, guys. Bye.